Kia ora universe, kia ora New Zealand, Victoria Velasquez Vincent here, your Miss Universe New Zealand 2024. And I am here with episode number 6 of my chit chats with the Miss Universe New Zealand contestants for 2025. And today I have the honor of being joined by the beautiful Olivia. How are you, Olivia?
Hello, I'm doing well. Thank you so much.
That's good to hear. That's good to hear. So, Olivia, I personally don't know too much about you. So I would love to know more. And I'm sure the people that are watching at home would also love to know more. So could you please tell us a little bit about yourself?
Sure. So my name is Olivia Nusana Paring. I'm half Thai, half Kiwi, born and raised in Auckland, New Zealand. I'm 25 and I work in admin. So last year I moved back to New Zealand from Dubai where I was cabin crew for 4 months.
Oh, wow. You must have seen some like beautiful parts of the world as cabin crew.
Only a little bit as I only was there for 4 months.
But still, were you based in Dubai at the time?
Yeah, yeah.
Well, Dubai itself looks like an incredible place. I've always dreamed of going there. So that's
Yeah.
really cool. So I'm doing that. Like, I want to start off really light and a little bit random. So basically, what I've done is I've had a little bit of a stalk of your social media, and I have a photo here that I've chosen. And I would like you to please tell me either like a story behind the photo or just like a fun fact or something like that. Okay, so this is the photo that I've chosen. You look
Oh,
very cute, by the way.
oh. That photo, I don't know when it was taken, but I was with my cousin on the swing in Thailand. My mum's village is quite small, but everyone knows each other when you're in a village. And my grandpa's house, there's a little swing out the back that no one ever uses, but we had found it that day. It was a little bit, rustic and broken, but we got it there. We were just using it. Um, yeah, it's just a memory sort of swing.
I love that. I love little childhood memories. That's why I chose that photo. I also love posting baby photos of myself, and
Me
I
too.
just thought you look so cute. And I can relate to like, being back in one of your home countries, like with your cousins and stuff. But I'm sure you miss
Yeah,
that a lot.
I
Mm.
do. I do. Yeah.
Yeah. So, okay, you mentioned to me before that you work in admin and that you also used to work in cabin as a cabin crew. Do you find that there are any skills that you picked up in your work and career that you can apply to pageantry, or do you feel like there's anything you've learned in pageantry that you can then apply back to work? Like, are there any like transferable skills, do you find?
I think with pageantry, this is my first ever pageant that I'm going for, in which I'm really nervous but also really excited about. With my admin sort of job, I've learned a lot with, hard work, dedication. Um, Same as with when I was at Emirates, that, it does take time, but you also just have to believe in yourself to get where you want to be. Um, yeah.
I totally agree with that. I feel like I'm a big believer that like you plant the seed one day and you might not see the results. You might not be able to sit under the shade of the tree or eat the fruit from the tree.
Yeah.
But like planting the seed is the most important thing, right?
Yeah.
So I'm very excited for your first pageant journey. That's super cool.
Thank you.
Super, super cool. So I don't mean to scare you, but finals is less than 2 months away now. So, can you tell us or describe to us the Olivia that we're going to see on stage on June 24th?
The Olivia that you're gonna see is someone who's coming out of her little nutshell, someone who not a lot of people have gotten the chance to see. Um,
Do you feel like you're like a little bit introverted by nature?
Sort of, yeah.
So, do you feel like you're going to unleash like an inner spirit animal or something on
Yeah.
stage, like
Yeah.
show people a completely different side? I love that.
Yeah.
I can't wait to see
Yeah. Yeah.
that. I'm a little bit the same actually. I'm naturally very introverted, which people are surprised by. But it's like as soon as you step on stage, you like become an entirely different person.
Yeah,
I love
like you just get
it.
into character sort of thing. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, it's like a
Yeah.
full-on performance in some
Yeah.
way. But of course you're like still just staying true to yourself, but
Yeah.
obviously just like the performative side of it is a whole
Yeah.
different story, right? Especially when you're like not used to doing that kind of stuff on a day-to-day basis. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So speaking of pageantry, there's obviously like a whole lot of different portions. It's like there's interview, there is like swimsuit, evening gown, and then obviously just like the whole campaigning of like the couple of months leading up to the finals. Is there any part of the pageant, not necessarily this pageant, but pageantry in general, that you would choose to remove that you might not find as like as necessary as the other ones?
Um, I guess the swimsuit and I don't know, I think the whole thing is a bit out there and scary for me because I've never done this before. Um, but the interviews are
You
the
would
main
remove,
one.
is that because that makes you the most nervous? That's why you're like,
Yeah,
I don't want to do it.
yeah. I'm excited. Like I want people to like get to know me down to earth,
Yeah.
but that is another scary thing.
Yeah, no, I can completely relate to that. Like when
Yeah.
you're not used to doing something as well, and then all of a sudden you're like, you're thrown into the deep end and you've got to figure out how to do it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Is there any other time in your life where you've sort of like thrown yourself into the deep end and you're just like, I'll just figure it out as I go? Or is pageantry like the biggest thing that you've done where you've done that?
I think pageantry and my interview with Emirates,
Mm,
yeah, they're both sort of similar because I had to stand up on stage in front of a group of other people that were going for Emirates,
mm.
and yeah, it was very different.
So, okay, you had to get up on stage. What did you have to do on stage? I didn't know that that was involved in the interview process for that kind of
Yeah,
job.
so once I had gotten through the interview process, it's like a small little thing, but once you go to Dubai, there's like this whole big stage, and there's a lot of people from different countries, from different batches. I think at the time there were 145 people in the room, which is a lot for me.
Yeah.
And I was the only Kiwi that was there that was picked from the batch. Um, and I had to stand up on stage and introduce myself. And I was the furthest one in the continent to be there. So,
Mm.
yeah, that was
But I
very,
mean, you must have done really well because you ended up getting the job, right?
yeah,
So you definitely, obviously, like unleashed that inner Olivia that you've got inside there.
yeah,
I love
still
that.
learning and growing as I.
Yeah. What's the biggest thing that you've learned so far in the whole pageant journey? Given that it's your first time, you're coming at it with like fresh mind, fresh perspective, you know?
There's a lot.
You're like, I can't pick one. I've learned so
Oh my
much.
gosh. Um, I think one of the main things is, the sisterhood. I just feel like it's a really special bond and connection. It's one of my favorite things about pageantry that we all just come
Mm.
together and just supporting each other.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
was actually watching the live that you guys did with Adam G. And I remember Deb telling the story about when you guys were at, is it the Lost Springs that you guys were
Yeah.
at, and how you were helping the other girls and how sweet you are. So I love that. I love that you're like the epitome of what it means to be of like part of the sisterhood. That's really
Yeah.
beautiful.
I've never had a sister. I'm a twin with a boy.
Yeah.
So having like sisters here, it's like
It's
really special.
like a lifelong dream come true. I
Yeah.
also don't have a sister. I've just got a brother, and he's like, he's great, right? But
Yeah,
like
yeah.
having a sister would be so cool. Just like
Yeah.
being able to relate to someone on a different level. Because
Yeah.
obviously boys go through their own things and we go through our own things,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Oh, that's so nice to know. And I hope you guys all remain friends and everything after the pageant, because I'm
Oh,
still
for
friends
sure.
with most of my pageant sisters from like the various pageants that I've joined. So yeah, I hope it continues. I am doing this thing now that these aren't live, and nobody can watch them until they're all released. I'm doing this thing where I get every girl to leave a question for me to ask the girl that comes after her. And so the girl before you was the beautiful Deb. And she would like to know. She also didn't know that it was going to be you, by the way.
Oh,
So
okay.
it's all a secret. So she would like to know, what is one belief that you've recently changed your mind about, and what like led you to change your mind about that?
Body positivity
Mm,
and accepting me for who I am.
mm,
I'm very grateful. Um, and I just feel very special and happy, I guess.
yeah,
That makes sense.
yeah. So you've like learned to like love and accept yourself more than
Yeah,
you used to.
because
Oh, that's really
it's been a
beautiful.
milestone.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah,
that's so nice to hear.
yeah.
I'm so proud of you. And I hope that that love that you have for yourself, and you've like the new love that you've found, I hope it just like continues to cultivate and grow. And that's really special.
Thank you.
Well, it was so lovely chatting with you, Olivia, and I can't wait to be back in New Zealand and see you guys in the flesh, and give
So
you guys all a
excited to
hug.
see you too.
And I also can't wait to like sit back and for the first time not have to stress over a pageant because I'm just a spectator. I just have to come in at the end and and pass over the crown. So I can't wait to meet you, and best of luck with all your preparations. I am just a message away if you need anything,
Thank you.
and I'll see you very, very soon.
Thank you so much. You're so lovely.
Likewise, take care of yourself.
Bye.
Bye.